Tuscans at the beautiful Spa-Francorchamps and into Eau Rouge for the first time in the first race of two. Martin Short it was who led Jamie Campbell-Walter down and up the hill. These two getting side by side as they approached the third row tucked in behind, as did Phil Hindley. But up ahead of Gavin Cooper, there were all sorts of shenanigans, bumping and boring, spinning from Troy Dunlop. But in the main, everybody made it through safely. After 2 laps, Ian McKellar sadly was forced to retire. He pulled off into the pit lane. And as Martin Short came under attack for Jamie Campbell-Walter, Campbell-Walter got it out of shape and rested himself in the gravel trap. That left Martin Short to go on and take the checkered flag and a well-earned victory. Belgium. He was followed home by his teammate Phil Hindley, who increased his championship standings, but Bobby Verden-Rowe, his closest rival, was not far behind at all in third. So they lined up as they completed race one. That left the Mole Valley Motorsport duo of Hindley and Short on the front row, but it was Short who made the better start. Hindley dropped down to 5th place in the early stages, but it was Tim Hood who didn't have the best start. He found himself scampering through the gravel, although he did rejoin. Up ahead, Martin Short rejoined. Up ahead, Martin Short was coming under increasing pressure from Bobby Verden-Rowe, while Phil Hindley had clawed his way back to 3rd, having been 5th. That position now owned by Steve Guglielmi. Into La Source, the final corner of the lap, and Bobby Verden-Rowe went wide to the outside. He hoped that would give him a tighter line out, and he could pass Martin Short. Phil Hindley, though, looking in very threatening form. But the move worked perfectly for Bobby Verden-Rowe, and as they dropped down the hill to Eau Rouge, he slotted through to lead. The drivers clearly enjoying using the full 450 brake horsepower available to them on this charismatic and racer circuit. Well, some weren't enjoying it. Jeff James had a bit of a moment at La Source, but used that power to spin the car back round and rejoin, albeit lower down the order. Up ahead, Phil Hindley was now putting Bobby Verden-Rowe under pressure and went round the outside of him, under braking for Lecombe. Verden-Rowe with no answer, and behind him, Martin Short looking to try and pick up some places, as had the two Steves, Steve Sutcliffe in 27, and behind him, Steve Guglielmi in 6. Across the Grand Prix grid and into the final corner, Hindley moved to the centre of the track, Bobby Verden-Rowe looking to dive to the inside. But despite the active headlights, there was no possible way through, and it was Phil Hindley who took the victory here at Spa. Bobby Verden-Rowe crossed the line in 2nd place, and that keeps things very much alive at the top of the table, although at the moment things looking to be going Hindley's way. And we'll have that championship decider from Silverstone. Welcome to Silverstone. Bobby Verden-Rowe and Michael Caine occupy the front row for this final round, or the first race of the final round of the championship. And as they get off the line, it's a cracking start by Martin Short, who's gone to the inside of Bobby Verden-Rowe as they charge their way down to Cop. Great start by Martin Short. Well, this is going to be the championship decider, because the number 33 car of Phil Hindley, we're on board with him now, bumping and boring with Gavin Cooper, is up there for championship honours. And his closest rival, Bobby Verden-Rowe, in 2nd place, needs a whole heap of points. There are 66 points up for grabs here this weekend, or that's the maximum available. And at the moment, well, Phil Hindley in 33 has a 16-point advantage over Bobby Verden-Rowe, but behind, Grant Troman's in all sorts of dramas and problems. Cars trying to go left of him and the right of him. Sounds like a Steelers wheel record. On board again with Phil Hindley to the inside of Michael Caine. There was never any room there, was there? Caine closed the door on him, and what does that do to the championship? Well, dramatic turn of events here, and Phil Hindley has got a huge amount of work to do from the back there. There is Martin Short. He puts the hand up to say to Jamie Campbell-Walter, pass me on the inside. So good gentlemanly driving there from Martin Short, recognising clearly that Jamie was quicker. Aye, aye. What's gone on there then? Well, Grant Troman's car has completely exploded at Abbey. Well, not completely, but pretty much the bodywork has. We're on board here with Phil Hindley, making his way back through the pack, goes to the inside there of the 2 car. That's Rod Gretton from Earl Shilton. Well, Phil Hindley then picking up 1 place, but spinners up ahead in the 66 car there. That is Phil James from Milton Keynes, and trying to rejoin at the moment, Darren Dowling, who hasn't had the best or happiest of seasons, although a thoroughly enjoyable one, I think. Let's have a look for our leaders. Where are they? Here they come. Jamie Campbell-Walter in the black car, and Martin Short pressuring him again. Martin Short will go to the inside this time, so it's a reverse of the manoeuvre we saw earlier on. And on his way to the checkered flag at the moment is Martin Short. Will Jamie Campbell-Walter fight back? Try to go. He's gone wide there to try and be tighter off through Woodcut, but I don't think it'll work this time. Look at the big slide from Martin Short. Will go to the flag and take the victory. Jamie Campbell-Walter will come home in second place. Great drive out there by Martin Short. And there is confirmation of the result. But what a result for both Bobby Verdenroe and Phil Hindley, finishing 3rd and 6th respectively. Well, there is the sad sight of Ian Flux's car being towed away. Fluxy will not make the start of this race, but there are two out there who will, and they are our 1st and 2nd place men on the front row. Martin Short, and on the outside of him, Jamie Campbell-Walter, and Colin Blower there in the blue car gets a cracking start from the 5th or 6th row. Here they come, hammering towards us. Cox, look at the spray there, it's very, very slippery underfoot. Good start by Ian McKellar in the 96 car. Ooh, just don't run out of track, Ian. What a brilliant manoeuvre by him. Up to 2nd place. Oh, Spinner's in the middle of the pack. Well, one of those is Troy Dunlop rejoining. That's him kicking up a bit of dirt. But up front, Martin Short is the leader. The one headlamped Ian McKellar tucked in behind. And Spinner's back in the pack. Oh, Ben Samuelson is a spinner there in the silver car, the PR man at TVR. Spins it round. Well, he's used to spinning a few. Here they come towards us. And out front, Martin Short still leading McKellar. Bobby Verdenroe now, he needs a hatful of points, as I've already said, and he, more importantly than that, needs Phil Hindley to have a poor outing at the moment. Hindley there is in 6th place, but McKellar going to the inside of Martin Short, and Bobby Verdenroe thinks, I wonder if I can just follow him through here. A little bit of a nudge, is that? No. Great positional driving by Bobby Verdenroe, and he'll go into 2nd. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Bobby Verdenroe. So it's now McKellar leading from Verdenroe, then Martin Short. Jamie Campbell-Walter is there in 4th place. Behind him, well, let's just focus on this leading trio. Martin Short then in one swift, easy movement as they come round past the tower on our left-hand side and all the grandstands. Complete the lap, just feeding the power in. You put too much of that 450 brake horsepower down and you are going to be in a spin. Oh, I thought Ian McKellar was going to have a look at the inside. Well, he did have a look, didn't he? But didn't pay off for him. Now, Phil Hindley is back in 7th place. There he is. Now, if they remain in the places they are with Bobby Verdenroe certainly looking to challenge and leading this race as he is from McKellar, then Bobby Verdenroe would take his 2nd consecutive championship. So that's tremendous news for him at the moment, but not very good news for Phil Hindley, who needs to get a rattle on. Well, Hindley will be aware of that. I'm sure he's getting the pit signals from his crew on the wall. Oh, there he is. There is Phil Hindley. Ahead now, Steve Guglielmi. Here they come. Bobby Verdenroe then leading. 2nd place for Ian McKellar. 3rd for Martin Short. Jamie Campbell-Walter in 4th. And Hindley now is in 5th spot. And that's exactly what he needs. So Hindley having moved up ahead of both Colin Blower, who in turn moves ahead of Steve Guglielmi, as Guglielmi runs a little bit wide through Abbey. Well, does Bobby Verdenroe, I wonder, know what's going on? There is Grant Tromans with a new front end to his TVR, being passed by Gavin Cooper. Brilliant sight they make. Ooh, hello, spinner up front. Now, that looks like Troy Dunlop again. Yeah, Dunlop spins it out. Well, here comes Bobby Verdenroe. Behind him still Ian McKellar. McKellar's tried everything to get past Bobby Verdenroe, but it hasn't worked out for him. The brollies are still up because it's still raining here. And a challenge up the inside goes Gavin Cooper of Giles Cooper. No relation to these two. Oh, formation spinning. I'll tell you what, 5.9 for artistic impression there. But in terms of technical merit of trying to win some races, well, that's about 1.3. Mind you, it's all entertaining stuff. Gavin Cooper rejoins, and up front they're still at it. And this has become now a quintet of drivers who are desperately keen to secure the overall honours in the final race of the year, particularly so Bobby Verdenroe, who's doing everything to try and retain his title. We're on board with Martin Short, tucked in behind Ian McKellar. You can see how close they are. I mean, enormous bonnets on these TVRs. That gives you an idea of how close they're prepared to run to each other in these conditions. Ooh, and almost to the point of contact, but their masterful skill keeps them from brushing up against one another. And even if they do, it's only a little nudge. Well, on his way to the checkered flag is Bobby Verdenroe. Ian McKellar can't do anything, I don't think, this time. There's a back marker over there, but that's not going to help him. But further back, in 5th place at the moment, Phil Hindley looks set to be a championship winner. Oh, and Troy Dunlop spins in the rear of the field, but this trio comes to the line, and whoa, what a brilliant finish from Ian McKellar. Hey, crossed the line in sideways style, but Bobby Verdenroe takes the victory. Ian McKellar comes home in 2nd place, with Martin Short there in 3rd. And just taking the checker flag in the background and coming towards us waving his hands furiously and delightfully. Phil Hindley is confirmed as securing the title, and he'll wrap his arms around that with great relish, I'm sure. There is the winner of this race. Bobby Burden-Rowe put up a terrific fight. Ian McKellar taking second with Martin Short in third place. Well, Phil Hindley has arrived back in the pit lane, clearly thrilled and delighted with what has been for him a long and steady and sure-footed climb towards the top of the title standings. Bobby Burden-Rowe there in second with Martin Short again in third. Well, I wonder just what it does take to win a championship.
It's all about pace and consistency rather than outright wins, which I've proved. I think I won it last weekend in Spa. It was a big meeting. I knew I had to win it to come away so I could pace it here at Silverstone. I didn't want to mix it. I didn't want to get off, go off in the gravel trap or anything. I played a consistent race. I knew I had to finish fifth, and that's what I did.
You must be delighted.
Over the moon. My sponsors, McQuay International, Mole Valley, and all the guys in the team. We've worked long hours to get to this place, and it's good. Everybody deserves it.
You said over the moon. You could almost be a footballer. Well done. That's the champion, and that's it with the fast and furious